We're back here at the NRA National Firearms Museum here at NRA headquarters. I'm with Phil Schreier, Senior Curator of the NRA Museums. And Phil, we've gone from one extreme to another, but both equally intriguing and interesting. On the last Curator's Corner, we had the Devil's Shotgun, one of the most beautiful guns in the world. Now we have, although simple, but still functional and beautiful in its own way. What do we have here?
John, today being October 20th, we've got a Lee-Enfield that is part of the commemoration of the Battle of El Alamein, which occurs on Thursday, the 72nd anniversary of the Battle of El Alamein during the Second World War, October 23rd. So this is the British Enfield was the workhorse of British and Commonwealth nations during both World Wars. Even the Australians used these in Korea back in the 50s. It's commonly known as the SMLE, or SMLE or Smiley, depending on who's using the acronym. And it basically stands for Short Magazine Lee-Enfield. Now, a lot of people might think, why is short? What's a short magazine? It's not a short magazine. This is actually a long 10-round magazine,
right?
With this gun, and it's not really meant to be detachable. The soldiers, even though it does come out eventually, the soldiers loaded the gun with stripper clips from the top.
Oh, okay.
And that just held 10 rounds.
Yeah, right.
But it's for a short. Doesn't apply to the magazine. It means short rifle. This was a lot shorter than the Lee Metfords and the Enfields that came before it. So short magazine. This was a magazine-fed gun, replacing the Martini Henry and the Snyders, which were just single-shot types, and then Lee-Enfield, the designer.
So short overall size of the rifle you're talking about.
Yeah, the length of the gun.
I imagine when you got out in the field during war, you couldn't even be more accurate. If it's too long of a rifle, it's probably a little more practical for guys got to carry it around all day and use it in goodness knows how many different conditions and situations. Right,
and this was a real great rifle, especially in the trenches. The only apology was that the round was the .303 British, which is a great round, but it's a rimmed round. So you've got feed problems every once in a while. Your rounds have to be lined up in the stripper clip just right, or they're going to give you some trouble.
And when you're out there in the field, out in the trenches, you're probably taking that stripper clip and jamming that down in there.
Just trying to get it in there quick. For me, I always enjoyed the ease of the bolt. It's a short action. It's not that much of a throw. And the British and Commonwealth soldiers used to have a thing called the morning hate. They would give off 5 rounds rapid as fast as they could. And you can, with some practice, really load and fire this gun pretty fast. It's pretty neat that way. This gun is an early BSA model. It has what they call a cutoff, which allows you to slide this back and forth so that you just fire 1 round at a time. Then if a rush came, you could open this up and you'd have access to all 10 rounds.
Wow.
But you could put 1 round in at a time. Even our Springfield 1903 came with that feature. There's a thing on here for firing grenades from it, grenade sights, and then a volley sight, here in the back. The sights here are graduated out to 2,000 yards, so that's pretty good distance. The .303 is a great round.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Had to be quite a marksman to get it to hit 2,000 yards.
How about that?
But nonetheless, obviously it was, you give indirect fire with it. But a great gun, one of my favorite military long arms of the 20th century. And it saw its use certainly in the desert with the 8th Army pushing Rommel back towards Tunis. So this was one of the guns that helped with that victory 72 years ago this week.
Hard to believe, 72 years. Amazing. Wow, and still a great firearm, and so functional and solid. Watching you work that bolted work, the action is so smooth and solid. It's It's hard to make a firearm like that, even it's that old, that's going to work better than that one does.
The only smoother one I know of is the Krag Jorgensen.
Beautiful. Well, how can we come and see that particular firearm and ones like it here at the museums?
We've got a lot of Lee-Enfields on display from all periods of time and all manufacturers. These were even one of the first machine-made items in all of Australia, in Lithgow, Australia. So you want to see these, we're at the National Firearms Museum flagship building at NRA headquarters in Fairfax, Virginia. We're open 7 days a week, 9:30 to 5. Free parking, free admission. Come visit our new National Sporting Arms Museum at the Bass Pro Center in Springfield, Missouri. That's also open 7 days a week, free parking, free admission. And if you can't visit us coming off the interstate, visit us on the internet at nramuseums.com.
Phil, once again, a great choice, a wonderful selection, sir, here for Curator's Corner. We'll see you next week for the next Curator's Corner here on Sportsman Channel.
That's our Halloween special, John. I think we've got something in store just for you.
Scary.